I'm heading out. I just filmed putting my pack together, but my tripod fell down, so I guess it wasn't meant to be. So as before, I'm camping out on my own property, which I live off grid to begin with, so life is always kind of like camping. But these are practice exercises because I think I'm going to be getting out a lot this year. Hopefully I've got it set up where I will be able to go on trips because I have a guy to take care of my food and water in my property for me. Well, you may recognize this spot from a few weeks ago, actually a month ago, and a week ago. This is where I did my live video, and I figured out what was wrong with that, so next live video should go well. Let's do a quick gear run through. Feel that wind? I wondered how windproof this spot would be. Well, hopefully it doesn't get bad. I don't want to have to set up a shelter. I brought a shovel because I want to work on setting up a cooking area. I did bring a coat. I almost didn't, but then I remembered I'm trying to do the Nessmuk thing of being comfortable. Brought my mittens too, see what kind of difference they make. Got my pan for cooking bread. I know that people say I can cook, wrap it around a stick, but I don't have very good sticks here. That's my mixing cup and my flour and my spoon for my bread. Teapot and tea. This is my salt and sodium bicarbonate with cream of tartar. That's my leavening. And my oil, which I cannot keep from leaking. Need to put it right here in my vest at all times. This is my new axe that I got from a friend. He sent it to me. I need to make a period correct leather sheath for it for my belt. I brought my hat for sleeping in and my speaker because I like listening to the Young Guns 2 soundtrack while I'm doing this. I might turn that into a pillow tonight. What you doing, boy? She won't play with you? My girl dogs. Come on, Maddie. Don't be a bee. Didn't take long and I'm set up. So, I've got enough tinder here for tonight and in the morning to throw it on. And hopefully I'll have coals and just kick it back into flame. For cooking on, I did a simple system because I don't have the wood, like I keep saying, to do it the Nessmuk way of laying out 2 poles over a hole. Instead, what I did, I've used my pan before to boil water, and so in the morning I dug out this shelf here. Oh, and again, the rocks are kind of risky, so I don't really want to use them because if they get hot they can fire off like rifle shots. So I dug out and I put a shelf there to set my pan on, and then the handle on a rock. That leaves enough room down there that I might be able to keep a fire going. Now that I think about it, I might dig that hole underneath a little bit more. So I think cooking is going to be set. You're probably thinking this bed's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. Oh, and you might be right. That's not comfortable. So maybe I'll pull my bedding up and set this up a little better. Oh, I ended up getting quite a bit. But Let's see here. I cut these sagebrush from here on my property where I want them gone anyway. Yeah, this is pretty good. Well, last night I walked back to feed my dogs and feed my horses. Then I came back and cooked my dinner in the dark. And there was no noticeable breeze, but still, somehow, I managed to have smoke in my face just constantly. So I was sitting like this eventually, and snot was just coming out of my nose constantly. It was just a miserable experience. I kept dropping my meat in the dirt because it was dark. So living the way that I do on a regular daily basis, I don't use a lot of light outside. For a long time I wasn't using any light except for inside with my one light bulb. And the trick is living that way to get all your stuff done while the daylight is still out. So that'd be the trick here. If I didn't have to go feed my dogs and horses, then I would have cooked my dinner in the daylight. I did end up getting it cooked, and then I just went to bed. And it started out cold. My feet were cold and my rear end was cold. And I started to wonder if I was going to stay warm. But man, I slept well. Next thing I know, I had to get up and go to the bathroom. Figured it was 1 or 2 a.m. But I was toasty warm. Turned out it was 4:20 already. So I had slept through the night, and that doesn't happen very often. So I guess I'd call that a success, but getting this cooking thing figured out is still a priority. That shelf that I made worked well, but there's room for improvement. Like right now it'd be hard to cook, but I want to wait for it to get down to coals anyway. So I'm going to mix up my bread here and get some tea water put on, and then I'll come back to you. Hey baby goat. The goat came and slept right here last night. Well, sagebrush and this fir, this old fir that I'm using, it doesn't keep coals very long. They cool off really quickly, as in like 10 or 20 minutes. There just wasn't enough room underneath my pan to keep a fire going. And the Nessmuk style, you know, he says you don't cook on a fire, which is ideal to cook on coals. But when your coals die so quickly, then you got to keep a fire going. But then there's the problem of trying to cook on a fire. For one, you got to have room underneath your pan. And with tin, you can't really put it right in the coals. I did in the end. I just put it on top. Finally got it to boil. So, I don't know if I'm going to cook my bread. It's just kind of dumb. I don't want to sit here another hour waiting for it and messing with smoke in my face. So that's what's going on here. Fortunately, it's not too cold because my goat's sitting on my bed, so I can't put my blankets over my shoulders. Oh crap! Forgot about that. Okay, so I came out to wrap up the video. I had an unexpected horse death today. It came out of nowhere, and so it's really altered my day. I decided to really push to get the video done by Saturday morning. That's my goal consistently for you guys. Some of the filming ideas that I had that would have made the video a little better, I decided to not do that and instead push for Saturday morning. My bread cooked. I didn't use any leavening. This is how it should look. And it cooked okay. I mentioned digging the hole deeper, and I probably should have, because it was so full of coals, I couldn't really use my shelf that I had used. And it took forever also. That's why I need, for these conditions, I need to be able to elevate it and just keep a small fire going underneath it, because it's just, these coals just don't last. Maybe 10 minutes. I had this going for I think 10 minutes. I had to pull it off and start a whole nother fire. Not start a fire, but add more wood, get a fire going, and then cook it again. So that's just what I'm dealing with. That's what this is all about. Just experimenting and learning. So I would have been fine. It's just trying to improve everything as I continue to talk about. So all in all, the sleeping was great. The fire was not. And the cooking was mediocre. That's what I'm here to do. I'm working on this. So I hope you're enjoying that. I love to experiment and discover. And I think I'm going to get this all figured out and have a really good year of camping. So let's see. Wrapping up. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for commenting and liking and subscribing. All you guys that do that, I really appreciate it. I love the feedback. And I might even get on and do a live video tomorrow. That would be Sunday morning. I really enjoy live videos, and it seems like people enjoy them also. And so I'm thinking about trying those and seeing how it works. Follow me on Facebook if you want to, my personal name, or over on the wild side, my page. I'll put the link in, and I'm also on Instagram. So I also started a Patreon. A few people said that they would like that, and I appreciate that. I guess I'll wrap it up with that. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time over on the wild side.